Hi guys and welcome back to TomTalks. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're talking about football, which I don't normally do on this channel, but big football fan. And I am going to be focusing on my club, Manchester United, because why not? So, Manchester United, we've had a bit of a rough few years. We've not won a trophy now for like half a decade, which is quite a while. It's far from the glory days of when I was a kid, but going into this season, I am not sure what to expect. I think ideally, I'd like us to get top four, maybe a trophy as well, like an FA Cup or a League Cup, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I know as a Man United fan what I want, but I have to be realistic. And realistically, we ain't challenging for the Premier League. We're not even in the Champions League. I mean, Europa League I think is a possibility, but there is like some good teams in there, and there will be good teams who drop down from the Champions League as well for the knockout stages. I think top four will be difficult though, because I think our main rivals for that are Arsenal, who, you know, Gabriel Jesus is like a fantastic signing for them. And I think they still have areas to improve on, but I think Jesus will take them up that next level. Like, I think if they had Jesus last season, they probably would have got top four. Spurs, I'm not sure what to make of. I think Spurs have some very good players. I'm not personally that impressed by their signings. Like, they've made some good signings. Basuma is a decent midfielder. But, like, Perisic is getting on a bit now. Can he do it in the Premier League? Richarlison, I think he's a bit overhyped personally. So Spurs, I'm not sure about. I think Chelsea, you know, obviously Sterling's a good signing, and they might be stealing Frankie de Jong from us. Please don't do that, Chelsea. But you know, their backline has massively been weakened with the losses of Rudiger, Christensen. Tom from the future here. So Chelsea have since signed Cucurella from Brighton, and they've been linked with Wesley Fofana. So they may end up replacing those defenders fairly decently. I still think Rudiger is obviously a very talented centre-back. So in that sense, it's difficult to replace him. But I've kind of changed my view a bit on Chelsea since then. And also for Tottenham, I didn't mention they signed Lenglet, who is a very meh centre-back. And again, that links into my thoughts on Tottenham. So yeah, back to Tom from the past. I don't feel like they've backed that up enough. Koulibaly is a very good signing. He's a very good defender. But I don't know about Chelsea. I don't know what to expect. And they dropped off quite a bit last season as well. So, like, for the top, I think it's going to be Liverpool or City. Like, those two have both strengthened a fair bit. City have got Haaland now. Phillips is a good CDM choice. Like, Rodri, I think, will still be the main CDM, but I think Phillips does sort of make that. And then, like, Liverpool, I think Darwin Núñez could be a very good player. And they've lost Mane as well, but Núñez has come in. And I think both those teams may still make other signings, but they just look too strong for the rest of the league. Do we have any more top four rivals? I mean, West Ham have made some decent signings, but again, I don't feel like they have that striker that's going to take them to the Champions League spots. Newcastle have improved quite a bit, but I'm not quite sure they're there yet. Wolves are always round about the European places. So I think those will sort of be like our main sort of rivals this season, personally. As for United, I think we have a chance again, top four. I think we do. I'm happy with the signings we've made. Tyrell Malacia, I've heard good things about. He seems like a solid left-back, which, again, is a position I think we needed to improve on because, well, it looks like Alex Tellers is going to be leaving now. Luke Shaw had obviously that fantastic season, but he's dropped off massively, so I definitely think we needed him. Lisandro Martinez, I think, is a very good centre-back, and we definitely needed a new centre-back there. Harry Maguire is still captain at the moment. He's rubbish, to put it mildly. He was not very good, and I don't think he should be our captain, but it's nice to know we have a solid centre-back there. Who would I like to see play alongside him personally? I'd like to see Varane, but Varane seems to have these injury issues. and Bailly and Lindelof are like decent but not amazing defenders in my opinion. So we'll see what happens there. And of course we've signed Christian Eriksen, who's a very good player. I think it adds more versatility in the midfield, gives us more options now. Like we've got Bruno, Christian, and Donny van der Beek who can play that sort of attacking midfield position, which is good. But there is some areas of improvement. I mean, Frankie de Jong, if that transfer does go through, I get the feeling it won't now. I think that would be a fantastic signing. That would be like the marquee signing, and I think that definitely would improve the midfield. But again, we need a CDM. We cannot be relying on Fred or McTominay or pushing somebody back into the defensive midfield positions again. We really can't, because we'll just get torn to pieces. So we do need a CDM. Who that is, I don't know. I've always quite liked the idea of bringing in someone like Ruben Neves, but see what happens with that one. But Frankie de Jong also has played centre-back before, so maybe he can fill in that position. But I feel like he probably wants to be in like the more attacking, more creative role rather than in a defensive position. And I think that would be a waste of his talent. So I think I heard a rumour about Harry Maguire being a CDM. I mean, he does bring the ball forward well, but I'm still not keen on his defensive abilities, so I think I'll give that one a pass. That's the signings we've made so far. Who we got rid of? Got rid of quite a few actually, notably Matic has gone, which I think Matic was a good defensive backup option, especially with our current CDMs, but you know, obviously he's gone to Roma now, where I think he'll do all right. Mata's gone, which, you know, I think is fair enough. I think he didn't get the game time he deserves, and I think he could still do a role somewhere. He's a talented player. Paul Pogba's gone. Again, Pogba was very hit and miss at United, and looking at his documentary, it was probably for the best. Lingard going as well, I think it's fine. He got a bit arsey towards the end, didn't he? Like, oh, I should have a send-off because of what I've done for the club. It's like, mate, some of the United greats have not had send-offs. You don't see them whining about it. He's gone to Forest now. I think decent signing for them, to be honest. And quite a few others as well, but Andres Pereira's finally gone to Fulham. We made 10 mil off him. I'd say that's decent. You know, Pereira isn't quite good enough for United. He'll probably do maybe okay at Fulham, I don't know. And now, of course, there's a rumour that Alex Telles is leaving, which, yeah, I guess most makes sense. We've also loaned out Dean Henderson to Nottingham Forest, and after his comments recently, I think that's good, because, yeah, he's kind of thrown the club under the bus, which I can understand him being annoyed about not getting first team football, but like, come on. You're still contracted to the club. It's not a good look, mate. It's very Romelu Lukaku-esque. I would like to see a CDM. I think we probably need another striker. And it's been announced today, Anthony Martial is injured. So, yay. We definitely need a striker. Because Martial's good. He's been good in pre-season. I've been impressed with him. I will say I've been impressed with what I've seen in pre-season so far. Very good attacking football. Defensively, there needs to be some improvement there. But I think that will come, hopefully. Especially if we get a CDM. But I don't think we could rely on Martial and Cristiano Ronaldo, who doesn't want to be there, but he can't get a move. He will play professionally, I think. But it's just... it's not ideal. You don't really want a player at your club who doesn't want to be there, to be honest. So, yeah. We do need another striker, I think, though. As to who that is, I'm not sure, because I feel like a lot of the good strikers have been taken off the market. Of course, Haaland, Nunes, Lewandowski. If there's a young striker out there who fits the bill for United, yeah, I think that could work. Kind of talked about United overall. I think top four will be City, Liverpool, Arsenal. And do you know what? I'm going to go with United. I think United will just about pip Spurs to it. And I feel like it depends on if Chelsea getting more defenders. But I don't know. I get the feeling Chelsea might not quite have what it takes. I think it'll probably be between United, Chelsea and Spurs. And I think United may just do it. You know, maybe it's biasy, but I'm feeling confident. So Chelsea and Tottenham would end up getting like Europa League and a Europa Conference League. Sure, I'm going to go with Newcastle. I think Newcastle will take it up that step this year. West Ham have made some decent signings, I've heard, but I feel like there's going to come a point with West Ham where they can't. And I think with them having Europa Conference League football, that's going to have an effect. And Wolves, again, Wolves have looked good this season, but in pre-season, sorry. But I don't know, I feel like they've lost a few decent players over the last few seasons. I think they'll just miss out again, personally. As for the relegation zone, I think Bournemouth is probably going to go down. They've really not made many good signings, have they? Which is a bit... So, Leeds, I think, potentially is probably one as well. I mean, they've lost their two best players in Rafinha and Calvin Phillips. They've played good football, though, apparently in pre-season, but I don't know, I get that feeling they might go down now after almost going down before. And then the last one, probably Fulham. Fulham always seem to struggle a bit, and Marco Silva doesn't have the best track record in the Premier League. So, yeah, I'd say those three. Time from the future again. I just realised I didn't say who I'd think would win the league. I'm just going to go for City, I think. It's going to be very close again, but I think Haaland will take them to that next level. And Liverpool have improved, but I think City having a top-class striker like Haaland now will just about take them to that next level. So, City for the league, in my opinion. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the Premier League, on Manchester United, and how we'll do this season, and transfers and stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think United's going to finish? Who do you think is going to win the league? Top 4, Europa Conference, relegation? Put it down there. And until next time, this has been another TomTalks.